Your wedding begins here. You've found your person. Now find your perfect place. Welcome to Marin County, where your love story meets its perfect setting. Exchange vows beneath ancient redwoods on a sun-kissed beach or overlooking the sparkling San Francisco Bay. Whether you're planning an intimate elopement or a grand affair, Marin offers the space and the spirit to make your wedding uniquely yours. Discover where forever begins at visitmarin.org and explore the weddings page for details.
Are you ready to finally make that dream a reality? Maybe it's updating your kitchen, paying down high-interest credit cards, or covering tuition. Your home is more than where you live. It's also your most powerful asset. At Unlock, we make it simple to turn equity into options. With a home equity agreement, you can access cash today without taking on another monthly payment. Imagine the freedom to invest in your home, reduce financial stress, or finally start that big project you've been putting off. It's your home. It's your future. Unlock it today. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.
I always hope that people start to think and film push them think in special direction.
This is an absolute joy today to be speaking with Sergei Loznitsa, the writer-director of Two Prosecutors. Sergei, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is a wonderful film. It is gripping. It is fascinating. Where did it come from?
This film based on novel by Georgy Demidov. It's a Soviet writer who didn't publish any sentence of his work in Soviet time, and all his work was arrested by KGB. And after that, his daughter fought it and get it back from KGB archive in 1990. And after this novel was published in 2008. It was written in 1968, 40 years between writing and publication. So, and he was in concentration camps, so in Soviet Gulag and prisons, 14 years. He was arrested in 1937 when he was young physicist in Kharkov, and he just spent this time and all his experience and all his memories about this time, he just wrote in his novels and short stories and memories. So, and before I made a film which named The Trial. It's a film about one of the Stalinist trial, which happened in 1930. A trial against innocent people who accused themselves that they made the sabotage against Soviet power and Soviet proletariat and Soviet workers. And these people, they were like leaders, or they are ministers of the Soviet in some part of Soviet economic. They just was like a chief of institution and chief of different kind of lab and professors, and the high rank bureaucrat. And everybody was surprised because it was a show trial. It's open for public, and everybody was surprised that what happened with these people, why they accused themselves, that they are guilty, and etc. And after this film, I just looking for some novel which give us a little bit explanation and show us the dark side of the moon. Another part which was not shot, of course. And this is a feature film, of course, and this is a two prosecutor for me. But I would like to continue with this topic.
You'd like to continue with this in future films?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Continuing on with this story or this theme?
Well, another story and another view on this repressive machine and repressive system.
Well, and one of the things that's most fascinating about this film is that idea that as you're talking about an oppressive regime, the impunity of power, these sorts of ideas. But how do you see a theme like that resonating with audiences today?
Depends where. For example, in Russia, it's a direct resonate because it's a film depict the situation which exists right now with a different variation because it's a different kind of same society. So, and different kind of same way of justice. So, and some situation which happened there, one by one, like copied this novel like stories situation with the lawyers of one of the oppositioner or one of the dissident in Russia, Navalny. And his lawyers year ago they were arrested and they now in prison and they get for their duty of 3 5 years in the prison. So they were punished. And this is like a copy from our story.
Mm. Wow. Wow. Um,
In other countries also, I was surprised when I show film in different other countries and people told me that this is for us like a warning. So, or this kind of things also can happen in our country, and etc., etc. It means that democracy and the justice for which we fight long, previous generation fight it, we have to keep and we have continued to control what happened around us. Yeah. It's not like something which people received and it's forever will be like that. No, it is always fighting.
well, that's the amazing thing about a story like this is even though it's localized in a specific place and time, it does connect. I think you can connect with it wherever you're from. It's a different sort of relationship to that topic, but I think it is certainly something that we can all agree on is the fight for justice. And a film like this shows the fragile nature of justice in this world. And I was wondering, did a film like this change your perception of history and the fragility of justice, or did it just affirm what you already knew?
For me, you ask me,
Yes, for you as a filmmaker.
no, as a filmmaker, no, at all. You know, it is. I just made the story which everybody familiar with this type of stories. Everybody who growing as me in Soviet Union, for example. Nothing to explain. It's absolutely understandable. And in any case, people watch this film in because they knew and they knew already that how film ended, but they watched this film with growing tension because they would like not to not to have this don't have this kind of end. Yeah. But also recognized the many stories with their relatives and etc etc. Not so many films about this period was made in Soviet Union. It was not possible to make this kind of films, and now it's also not possible at all. I mean in Russia. I don't know how in other countries, but it was not a point of huge interest. Was a lot of literature and publication happened in 90s. People read it, understand it, and that's all. But same kind of system, continue to exist, and even in Russia. I don't know how in different other countries of post-Soviet Union. So, but it is this system has have a deep root in past and strong influence to our recent life. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, for you as a filmmaker, as you're telling a story from history, is it difficult for you to walk that or to find that line between storytelling and being honest about history? Like, is there a tension there, or is it? I mean, I know it's based on the novel, but for you as a filmmaker, what is the challenge of bringing history to life on screen?
challenge only one: find a way how we can create atmosphere and feeling of that time.
Mm.
It is illusion that we feel this time, and this time was like that. It is illusion, but to create this illusion, it is a challenge. And I think we succeed. So with this film, I find a way and special color and special way of shooting, aspect ratio, academy, and behavior faces. Faces. It's so difficult to find faces which fit to this time. Live in different circumstances, and faces are different. It's this is a challenge, but the rest, I have absolutely freedom to do what I want, of course, and it was not so easy to finance film, of course, because it was a question, why, what we forget in 30s, what is new you can bring from that time to us. This is yes, we finance film. It is 6 countries, not because we have a big budget. Budget is over 2 million euro, but 6 countries: Romania, Latvia, Lithuania, Germany, France, and Netherlands.
Wow.
So everybody a little bit. So gave to us, and also another thing that my script, it is 36 pages, 32 pages, and of course this is not a fit American standard. It's a short short film.
It's true.
One page in my script, one page is not 1 minute. It is even longer. Because in cinema we have a deal with time, and it can be one sentence or a small chapter, and it can be like 5 minutes or 3 minutes on screen. Interesting minute, you know. So this challenge, but the rest is clear.
For sure. Yeah, that's fascinating. I know we're running out of time, Sergey. The film is wonderful, but what do you hope audiences take away from Two Prosecutors?
I always hope that people start to think, and film push them think in special direction, and also, not to be ignorant to this story and will be involved in this story. Films which I try to make, it's immersive cinema, which try involve the spectator in a story and worrying for protagonist and moving with him and express all this feeling which they can express.
I love that. I appreciate that. Certainly, with a film like this, is going to cause for conversation and hopefully genuine thought about our own situations. But honestly, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Two prosecutors is wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.